OpenAI has fallen, or so it would seem. Sam Altman has been fired. All the employees are quitting. Everyone's moving to Microsoft. No one could have seen this coming. And in all of this terrible news for the AI industry, I want to bring you all of the AI news in meme form. I'm going to bring you the best memes because honestly, after going through the last 3 days of insanity, all of a sudden my newsfeed is no longer filled up with the doom and gloom and all of the speculations and conspiracy theories. For some reason, is now just filled with memes about OpenAI. So I'm going to bring you all of the best memes from the entire Sam Altman OpenAI breakup saga and bring you essentially tell you the story about what's going on based off of the memes that we're seeing. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to do is say, if you're not following me on Twitter, make sure to do that over on X, as this is where I retweet and share a lot of great stuff. All right, here's the first one. It says, really, the information is just wrapper around OpenAI's Slack. I think this one's hilarious because every time you build any sort of AI tool that uses OpenAI, people are like, oh, you're just building a wrapper around OpenAI, which I know a lot of people like hate on. They're like, you're not building real AI. It's just a wrapper. But like in reality, there is a ton of companies and founders that I follow that just make quick OpenAI wrappers. They make things a lot more simple. They make a really clean UI, and they're making like $500,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue. So I think that's hilarious when you bring up the wrapper thing, because really the information is literally just, it would appear they're just sourcing everything directly from the company's Slack. Shout out to the information. It is a great newspaper. Gout, a classic, says, who's the captain now? It looks like Clippy is coming back and AGI is going to be reborn in the form of Clippy now that Sam Altman is going over and working at Microsoft. This one's kind of funny. This is, in case you're not following, you really should follow Not Jim Cramer. It's pretty much a play on the reverse Cramer, which is that anything Jim Cramer says is going to go up on the stock market goes down. In any case, he says, I'm done being a foreign policy specialist this week. I'm an AI expert. Yes, it does seem that the peanut gallery, everyone that likes to comment on everything, is all of a sudden an AI expert as Sam Altman is getting kicked out and the AI world is getting thrown into chaos. I think that's pretty funny. All right. Warren said, what if the OpenAI drama was staged to get the intellectual property? This one is less of a meme and like scary to think about if this was real, but it says to get the intellectual property out of the nonprofit and the capped for profit into Microsoft, which is fully for profit, right? This would be a good kind of strategy. I got another couple memes that are in the same direction. The next one says, please, just one normal night. Please, I need sleep so badly. And then it's the news story that OpenAI approached Anthropic about a merger. And then they got like the CEO, Dario Armedi from Anthropic is on there. This is funny. And I also saw some other memes yesterday that was like the wife's like, I bet he's thinking about other women. And then it's like the guy in bed on his phone. He's like, just monitoring the OpenAI situation, babe. Anyways, I related to this. My wife has definitely gotten mad at me about monitoring the OpenAI situation at 11 o'clock at night, scrolling through X. You can't get off of it. That's where everything's breaking, and it's kind of crazy. In any case, one normal night, please. Yes, OpenAI merging with Anthropic is about the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. Please do not do that. Everyone build lots of cool innovation in AI. We do not need to consolidate the industry right now. That would be ridiculous. All right. Next one is coming from Whole Mars Catalog. You can always count on them. It says, Sam Altman, we're raising at a $90 billion valuation. Satya Nadella, how about I just acquire the entire company for $0 and give you blank check? Sam, sure, that works. Satya, we'll need to stage an elaborate public spectacle. Do you think you can piss off the board? Anyways, yeah, that would be very accurate. The next one is now only Erlich Bachman can save OpenAI. Yeah, honestly, Erlich could probably come in and clean up this mess. So I don't know where he's at right now. Also, one of the greatest actors in Silicon Valley. Real shame that he got left in an opium den to die for all eternity. Real shame. All right, this one says, my bet is Jesse gets the role. And there's a picture of Sam Altman next to Jesse, who I think played Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network. So yeah, it seems like he gets to play all of the Silicon Valley CEOs that are a little bit nerdy. Then we get someone saying, you literally could not get 95% of OpenAI employees to agree on the fact that ice cream is good. And yet, somehow 95% of AI employees are all going to quit and follow Sam. So that is probably very accurate. Chris Back said, it's a great day to walk into Microsoft and say, hey, I was a former senior engineer director at OpenAI. Where do I sit? And just hope no one asks too many questions and they add you to the payroll. This would be hilarious and alarming if this worked. But, in today's day and age, it honestly wouldn't surprise me. I've heard some pretty crazy, I've heard some pretty crazy stories where, like, actually, I believe this was with Microsoft. Apparently, this guy worked at a company. It merged with Microsoft or got acquired or something, and then they eliminated all of the roles. And after they eliminated all of the roles, somehow he was still on payroll because they didn't realize he was there. Technically, he was still an employee in charge of a role, but no one ever talked to him. No one ever contacted him. And he just sat there and collected a paycheck for 18 months until they finally realized and removed him from payroll. So it does happen in today's day and age. The next one is, if you told me 10 years ago that a group of the smartest engineers in the land would evoke the threat, quote, do what I say or I'll go work at Microsoft, I would not have believed you. Amazing shift in corporate reputation. Much credit to Satya. Yeah, seriously, it's hilarious that all the smartest people are like threatening they're going to go to Microsoft, which these people typically are not the ones that are clamoring over themselves to work at Microsoft. All right, the next one is a picture of Mark Zuckerberg with his phone texting Jeff Bezos and the CEO of Google. And it says, ding, boys, it's Big Zuck. I'm sending you the Llama 3 weights now. We can do this at the same time. Just rename it as Gemini and Bedrock. Yeah, this is going up to the fact that everyone was delaying their launches of AI models because GPT-4 was so much better and all of the new features that OpenAI just launched were so much better they didn't want to look bad. But now that OpenAI is literally imploding, all of a sudden Google, who delayed Gemini and everyone else, is able to launch and not look so bad. All right, this one is pretty freaking funny. Someone said, this is what I come to this website for. So it starts out with a tweet from Steve Heidel, who is an OpenAI employee, and he said, happy to join Microsoft, still not using Teams though. And then Mark Benioff, who's the CEO of Salesforce, messages him and says, hey, Steven, DM me, and you can use Slack. Salesforce and Slack and Tableau will all match any OpenAI researcher who has tendered the resignation, full cash and equity, OTE, to immediately join our Salesforce Einstein trusted AI research teams under Silvero Severus. Send me your CV, right? Okay, so I've seen a bunch of these, and it literally is the CEO of Salesforce, Mark Benioff. Everyone that's quitting OpenAI, he's like sending them a message saying, hey, we'll like pay you the same thing. Come join us. And obviously, like if you saw the news last week that OpenAI was paying $5 to $10 million a year in stock options to top AI scientists to come over from Google, you'll know that Mark Benioff can see like how expensive that is, right? If you hire 10 of these guys, that could be up to $100 million. So he's just like, literally, apparently it's enough money that it's worth the CEO getting on Twitter and tweeting at them. Anyways, he said that, and Steven responded, listen, I love Slack, but the company that builds Tableau isn't going to build AGI. Ouch, yeah. He got him good. Anyways, this is why you can never leave Twitter, because when do you ever get to see a random AI researcher from OpenAI throwing zingers at Mark Benioff? The next one is Emod. He's actually the CEO of Mercury. Mercury is a really good bank app, which I actually use for my startup, AI Box, which is a no-code AI app builder and marketplace. If you're interested in investing in a cool AI startup, I'll leave a link in the show notes to my startup, AI Box. We launched a crowdfunding campaign 3 weeks ago and have raised $315,000 so far. So far, so good. Anyways, Emod, he screenshotted, I think this must be from his company Slack, but he said, would you guys all promise to quit and join me at Microsoft if they fired me? Getting some real crickets on that. Anyways, I heard this is like the new benchmark for CEOs is if 95% of your employees won't quit and join you if your board fires you and go to Microsoft, then you're just not a good enough CEO. So I thought this was pretty hilarious. Someone tweeted, Gout, this is a classic, Gout tweeted and said, Uber has no cars, Airbnb has no homes, OpenAI has no employees. This is the new economy. This is hilarious because, yeah, I've heard the Uber has no cars, Airbnb has no homes, joke for a long time. And they list all the things that don't actually have anything. Anyways, this has been a fantastic meme review. Let me know which of these memes were the best. If you laughed at any, make sure to drop them in the comments. Make sure to check out AI Box. I'll leave a link in the show notes, but I appreciate you coming on. I'll keep you up to date with all of the latest AI news, but also, any funny memes that I find along the way. I can't really stop myself from sharing.